What's up?
What's up, you fucking scumbags?
Welcome
Feels so good.
to the recap and preview video for week number 7 and week number 8. As you can see, we have a never before collaboration. You see myself here on the West Coast, and you see my boy, Shady McCoy, on the East Coast. Say what's up, Connor.
What's up, baby? What's up? I'm back by not so popular demand here. However, you've seen a lot of Rich, you've seen a lot of Josh, you've seen a lot of me solo. We decided to combine forces for this week because it was a doozy, and here we are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You better be tuning in because who knows when the next two most prolific, most entertaining people of this league are going to get together for another video like this, man. This is a busy man.
Yeah.
So you have to take advantage.
Also, 3 championships combined between this duo right here. For me, it was 2021, 2020. And for you, it was, 97 or 98? What year did you win again?
I'm not the Chicago Bulls, bro, so you can't be dating me that far. But I was one of the second annual winner of the league. Second year winner. We're climbing back. The road is not easy, but we're talking about a minor setback for a major comeback. But I like it. With that being said,
is that a rap lyric?
That's what every athlete says when they tear their ACL or pop their Achilles.
Yeah, absolutely.
With that being said,
the first part of your year was a torn ACL. Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I'm still struggling to get rehab. But if Connor's ready, we're gonna get right into the things. Let's go. We're gonna start with the recap for week number 7. We're going to get right into it with Olave Garden against All in the Family. And, I mean, Devin, he has these sporadic performances, man. I mean, he beat Biddle, which was crazy, because Biddle's team is looking really hot. Would you agree?
Yeah, it is looking really hot. And I looked at this matchup at one point, and it was like 86% Mike Biddle to win. And I'm like, all right, I'm looking at some of the others. And then Devin just had a massive comeback throughout, Friday night, Sunday. No, not Friday night, the late games rather. Sunday Night Football. I think he had some action too. Just massive comeback, man. Hats off to Devin.
He got a big push from Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, that's what it was. The late game, 3 touchdowns. Yeah. We were laughing at him for that pick. I'm going to go let my dog in, too. Keep talking, though. I'm going to let her downstairs, but keep talking. Josh Jacobs, we were kind of making fun of him for that pick, no?
Yes. Josh Jacobs was a mysterious pick, but, he did what he had to do, and he's making moves. He's arguably one of the best running backs in the league right now. Biddle did put up a solid 128 points, but he didn't get a lot from Romeo Doubs or Michael Gallup. Joe Burrow was really his only big piece. McCaffrey didn't do shit for the Niners, so Devin did enough to get the job done. So he's moving on with the next victory.
I think Gallup with the goose egg, right? I mean, that was a huge swing game against Detroit. I'm sure he was feeling good about that matchup, and I mean, Josh Jacobs is a top 5 player right now. It's looking like a potential steal of the draft. And I feel like Devin's had him in other years, and he has not been good at all. In fact, remember we were talking in the Hall of Fame game when they were playing Josh Jacobs, and we're like, oh, he's going to get cut.
What is he doing? I told you
I had insider info. He was going to get traded to the Eagles. Here he is.
Incredible, bro.
Carrying Devin's team with Josh Allen. He actually looks like comfortably in playoff position.
Yes. Devin is making some strides at the right time. So we'll see what his team can do next, man. Next up, we got Peachy Court Bangers against the Joke's on You with Norm and his comedic pun, no pun intended, towards his team, man. Are you half or a little bit excited that Jared is came out on top in this matchup?
No, not at all. I was actually rooting against them. And that's my guy too. But like for me, strategically keeping off the bottom, Jared is lower on points than Norm, as Norm has pointed out to everybody. Has a lot of points against, and it actually looked like Norm was going to pull this out because all Jared had left was an injured Jalen Waddle on Sunday night, and Norm was up by a fair amount, and then Kenneth Walker I know you were at the festival and you missed it. Kenneth Walker just breaks off a 65, 70-yard touchdown run, 13-point swing for Jared. I think he goes from like 37% to like 75% after that run.
Eesh.
Yeah, I was watching all these percentages even though I was out of it, huge win. And Jared, please go out there. I know you're saving up all your money for a Jalen Brunson jersey. Buy a Kenneth Walker jersey because he just saved your bacon for being in dead last, I think, right now. So big win for Jared. I love you, man. Just kidding. And Jalen Brunson is kind of balling out for y'all. But, big win. Big win for Jared. Taking down Norm he's snake bitten in this league. Really unlucky guy.
I feel the bad luck from Norm, and great commentary. One thing I did pick up is the fact that you said that you were watching even though you were out, which segues into our next matchup, which is our matchup, which is beautiful team name, just in Tijuana, because I was in Tijuana, and everybody talks shit about how I didn't make the video. Fuck everybody, I don't care. Yeah. And against the team name that I switched it up, in honor of our late commissioner, Cletus and the Mexican Sweat, which is his band. I know
he's still alive. He just, in case anybody's wondering, Curtis is still alive. He's just Curtis not active in the last
very much still alive.
4 years, 5 years,
definitely,
6 years.
Definitely. Connor, I'm dying to hear your take on your team, man. What can you tell me happened?
Yeah.
Why did you fall so short?
Yeah, I got my ass handed to me. I mean, it was kind of like a interesting week for fantasy. A lot of like the big names were down. And it was like overall a lower scoring week for like across all of fantasy leagues. But two guys that did not fall into that trend, Aaron Jones, who had a spectacular touchdown catch. I don't know if you saw that one. Phenomenal catch. And then Jamar Chase just like ran.
Yes.
I actually kind of thought going in, all right, AJ Terrell, decent, locking down ones. I thought it was going to go a lot to Higgins, maybe even a little Hayden Hurst. I actually felt okay about like withstanding the blow of Jamar Chase, but he just came in and just like punched me in the face. And then going into the late games, I thought there was a tiny bit of hope. Geno throws an interception, has a fumble. I'm like, oh, it's the old Geno Smith. No, he bowls out too. Outscores Justin. That's the play on words with Justin Tijuana. Justin Herbert, he way outscores him. And I mean, hats off to you, man. Hats off to you. Congratulations.
Listen,
you needed that win.
I did, and it's very gratifying coming against you, the two-time defending champion. So nothing is better than that at this point. But moving on, we're gonna get into the game that was the upset of the week. We had Hurts Donut with Chris going up against Big Mike, Better Call Hall, and wow, is he gonna have to change his team name again, Connor?
Yeah, he better call someone because Hall is not playing. And, a little bit of instant car. I love Mike. He's been such a great addition to the... I really didn't think he'd stick for this long because, we bring in these guys, every year. They, usually flame out, a year or two in. But Mike's been a great addition to the team. I will say this is absolute instant karma. Because a lot of shit talk around the Michael Thomas injury, who I'm just still dragging on my bench. He's going to get cut soon, in case anybody's wondering. And still not practicing. But, I mean, it's a big injury, man. Breece Hall, he looked like he was highway robbering Chris in that trade. But Hall looked like the better back than Williams and Javonte Williams. Williams goes down. It's looking like Big Mike has life. And you never want to see a player that good tear an ACL.
You're right.
But... yeah, I mean, he's got to work the waiver wire. And also, Mike, if you want to fleece me on some trades, I got a lot of mediocrity at running backs that are borderline flex plays. So hit me up. I could use a receiver right now. Yeah.
I mean, to your point, he did mention that he is willing to separate, with Kyle Pitts, as long as he could take your first running back or your
like
second. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's smoking, bro. But in a lackluster performance, he gets just enough to beat Big Mike and come through on the upset of the week.
Yep.
Next up, we got USDA.
Or Big Mike
Meat
won the
Juice.
game. Big Mike, but he got just enough to beat Chris.
And that's upset of the week.
I mean, are the 72 Dolphins popping champagne? Because that is the last undefeated that's off the board. I mean, Chris, he kind of called the loss. Pop some champagne.
I'm popping.
There's nobody who has ever run this league and run the table and won every game. This year is just
and
like
it's
all
not
the
happening
others.
this year. And I'm happy it wasn't Chris. I'm very happy it wasn't Chris.
We would have never heard the end of it. We'd have never heard the end of it. But Chris was a good sport about it all.
Yes, and he is slipping, to be honest. But
and he hasn't left the chat yet.
Incredible.
Progress.
No rage quit, Chris.
Progress.
He's moving in the right way. I'm proud
of
you.
Love you, buddy.
Next up, we got USDA Meat Juice with Jewel going up against Ask ETN Season. And this was a tight one. A real nail biter.
Yes.
A real nail biter, man. Do you think Jewel's getting some momentum right now with this team? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't changed his team name because it's not that good of a team name. So let's just start there. And, his involvement in the league has been like a 3 out of 10. So, but, credit where credit's due. Molk was sweating his Bears against the Patriots. Mooney, who he has this weird relationship with, he keeps picking him up, cutting him. Just this weird, awkward relationship with Alex Smoke and Darnell Mooney. But it was a tough one. That was the by far the closest game of the week. I think Jewel is getting some momentum. I mean, I got to give credit where credit's due. He's won a lot of games, and he's in playoff contention. Most people won't come into this league in the first year and make their playoffs, and Jewel might do it here. If Stafford adds a weapon, he cut Stafford. Never mind. I don't even know who his quarterback is.
Aaron Rodgers, bro.
He's hurting at quarterback. That's the only piece. He's got a lot of guys and a lot of depth though.
I don't know, man. His bench is all over the place. He always has 1 or 2 spots empty. I mean, he really got lucky with Mecole Hardman this week. He started Corey Davis, who had 0 points. But Nick Chubb comes through, Derrick Henry comes through. The Titans D gives him 18 points.
Good pick.
Molk was really, his mouth was watering with Austin Eckler putting up 36 points. Travis Etienne finally looks good. I'm sorry you and your bet are not looking good.
Not over yet. Not over yet.
It's not over yet. You're right. But Herbert is also gaining traction against Montgomery. But, with Molk is really going to ride his 2 backs, Eckler and Barkley, until the sun comes home. And he really needs, some wide receivers. He was hurt with A.J. Brown, on a bye. But, Molk is back to last place. Coming with me in the cold caboose of the train. But, it is what it is. And we're going to move on to what we thought was going to be the game of the week. And really lackluster performance on Talisha's side. Connor, what happened?
Talisha's good for 3 of these every year, where it's just an absolute dud. They never come against me, but this was. I mean, it's one thing to get blown out. I was very disappointed by the lack of trash talk on this one. I don't know if Talisha was still at the Arizona Cardinals Stadium, maybe just still camping out and staying there, or maybe she was international again. And that's the thing. If you go international in this league, you're going to take an L. That's very possible. Yeah. But her team has slipped. Edwards-Helaire, Pacheco was named the starting back. Her kicker's kind of hurt, and he has a bye this week. And Kittle's doing a lot more blocking. Don't know if he's going to get as much run with McCaffrey. It's slipping a little bit for a team that looked like it was guaranteed in the playoffs. But here's the thing with Talisha. As soon as you think that her team is slipping, that's when she's at her best, as soon as people doubt her. So maybe this is the exact game that she needed to hit rock bottom. And then she's going to rise up. Tom Brady's also looking a little... she really wanted Mahomes this year. It sucks, but... Brady was questionable.
Yeah. Her buddy in the back, Norm, he swiped Mahomes from her. But, that's going to wrap up the recap for week number 7. We're going to spin it around, bring it back, give you the preview for week number 8. Can you believe we're already in week number 8? Well, holy shit.
It has flown by.
It just flies by, man.
It has flown by.
It flies, but you blink and it's like Super Bowl, bro.
Yep.
But, man, so preview for week number 8. We made it. We're here. With that being said, the first game we're going to start with is the
Upset of the
week. We got my boy Norm, Joke's on You. Oh, nope, just kidding. As ETN season, Alex Moak is going to upset Peachy Court Got Banged, which is Talisha's team name, okay? Not to be confused with Jared. And, I mean, this has Talisha getting smacked all over it. Would you agree?
Yeah. That's the thing that makes it a little scary to pick this as the upset. I mean, her team is in a little bit of a tough spot, for sure. I think, she was on such a good rhythm with changing the team names, but she hasn't played Jared now in 2 weeks, and so she banged him. Talisha banged Jared.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I'm just going to leave it right there. And she's got to change her team name. She's got to change her team name to get her swag back. Where is she with that? Come on, Talisha. You're better than this. Come on. Make some waiver moves.
Yes.
But yeah, it is looking like an upset of the week. And Moak, he's really due for a breakout, like a big game. The only thing is, like, Eckler's on a bye, but I don't even think that matters. I think Saquon goes off, in a big way. And,
ETN, bro.
ETN with the massive amount of touches. No James Robinson in the backfield. It's going to be bad for that $10 bet. It's going to be bad for Talisha. Yeah, this is going to be the upset of the week.
Yep. Moak is definitely going to hammer it home. So, moving on along, we're going to go to my matchup with Cletus and the Mexican Sweat against Peachy Court. Bangers!
Are you sticking with that name?
I'm feeling...
Cletus and the Mexican Sweat, now that you're on a one-game winning streak?
Yes, I'm going to stick with the team name while I win. I switched my name to Booty Sweat. Got my first victory against Talisha. Switched it again to Cletus and the Mexican Sweat. Got my second victory against you. So we're going to roll with it until shit falls off. And to be honest, I'm feeling pretty good about this matchup, man. Would you agree?
Yeah, I feel pretty good too, if I were you. Your team's starting to come together. Damian Harris was back last week. He didn't get much run, so it still looks like Ramondre Stevenson's season. Gino's looking like the real deal. And, I think, Mike Williams' injury might hurt you long-term, but he was on a bye anyway this week. I think Jamar Chase goes off again. The injury didn't appear serious. I think you're in a really good spot, bro. And I feel like if you could look at the schedule and say, I'm only going to win 3 games this season, you would pick to beat Talisha, me, and Jared. Those would be like your 3 games that you would line up, and you would say, I'm going to take
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I agree with you. I agree with you 100. And, good luck to Jared, but, this one's mine. Next up, we got Olave Garden against Justin Tijuana. You gonna roll with that name? What are we doing?
Definitely changing the team name. I'm probably gonna stay with something consistent because the last 2 championships I pretty much had the same team name like the whole time, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with something permanent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you some feedback on what I think is gonna happen.
Please.
And I think you have a pretty solid chance of being Biddle this week. I mean, he does have Kelsey on a bye. Darrell Henderson is kind of where he's gonna go for his second flex. But I mean, as long as St. Brown performs, you're gonna be fine. You got Michael Carter. Now without Breece Hall, he should have a huge game. Yep. Deontay Foreman had a good game, and Atlanta defense is suspect to say the least. You got a good matchup with the Colts. Your boy Justin Tucker is always solid. I think this is an easy victory. Get you back to 500 as the champion, the defending champion. Get you out of the 8th place and closer to the playoffs. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's going to be real close. I don't think it's going to be easy. I've been on this pattern of lose one, win one, lose one, win one, like every stretch this entire week. I guess I was very interested that Biddle picked up Harrison Bryant as his tight end with Kelsey on the bye. I know Njoku's out. I don't know. Because there were other better tight ends out there, like, and this might come back to bite me. He'll probably replay this video clip. But like Schultz was there, Hurst was there, Ingram was out there.
What does he know that we don't? Right?
I know. But then the other piece of me just thinks Mike is a psycho when he wants me to sweat because he knows how I am on Monday night, because they play Monday night, and he wants me to sweat points, which seems to happen almost every Monday night, other than last week.
Yes.
So, Gus, I think the Thursday night game is going to have a big part. He's got Gus Edwards in, which was a really good pickup. That Tampa D just got gashed. Will they respond and shut down Edwards? I don't know. Tampa's a weird team right now. I think I'm going to squeak it out, and I'll be sweating Harrison Bryant, who I never heard of until a week and a half ago, points on Monday night, and just it'll be a gut-wrenching 0.3 point win by me. That's my prediction. I win by 0.3.
Yes. The way you guys squirm and the shit you talk on Monday night will be all the more worth it. I can't not wait. Yeah. Next up, we got Better Call Hall, Big Mike, against the worst team name in the league, USDA Meat Juice. And, like I said, this guy has, no flex, no defense. He still hasn't picked up a defense. I mean, what is happening here, man? Is Jules' team in shambles this week, or what's going on?
The Better Call Hall team is on a little bit of a winning streak. He's won 2 in a row, after I thought for sure he was going to end up finishing last. Hall's out, but I'm going to go with Jewel on this one. He just seems to find ways to win games. It's like the NFC East champ 2 years ago when it was the Giants and the Washington football team, and neither of them wanted it, and Philly put in their backup quarterback at the end. It's that team that somehow just edges out. He defies logic. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm picking Jewel. I can't even articulate as to why I'm picking Jewel.
I can't either, bro. It makes absolutely no sense. Maybe because the team that he does have set in the lineup is projected to outscore, the team that Mike has with the full roster. Right. But I think it's really going to come down to Najee Harris, if he can finally get on his horse. Big Mike is starting Brian Robinson and Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
How gross is that,
Yeah. I think he's going to edge him out. It's Nick Chubb seems to do well in primetime games, and I think the Browns play on Monday night. So I feel like Jewel is due for one after that Monday night edge that I had on him in the Niners-Rams game, which was ungodly close. I'm just going to go Jewel on this. We can't live in a world where this Mike Espec team wins 3 in a row. I don't know.
I'm with you, bro. It's especially after that devastating injury. But moving on, we're going to go with Norm, the joke's on you, against the pink shirt gladiator. In second place, Rich Rivera, bro. Can you believe this bullshit? I fucking hate it, man.
He's in second place, and his team's looking strong. He's kind of been quieter this year, which is just weird. I thought everything was bigger and louder in Texas. Apparently, Rich goes to Texas and gets softer and quieter. I don't know.
Softer?
I don't know. I mean...
It's the pink.
It's the pink. It's humbling. It's a humbling.
It's a soft pink.
I'm going Rich on this. He's made some good moves. I think Kyler Murray, I think the Cardinals might start to pick up the pace a little with Hopkins coming back. I know Hollywood was good, but Hopkins is way better. So I think his quarterback position, I kind of tried to nudge him to try and get Kyler. He didn't bite. I don't know. I think he has a deeper team, and I'm going with Rich on this one.
I like where your head's at. Can I tell you that Norm is gaining momentum? I know he had a beat last week, but it was a small margin of victory, and I really think that he has a lot of momentum. He gets DeAndre Swift back. Devontae Adams is having some momentum. I don't know what's going to happen.
Like,
yes, he does. Yes, he's playing. 100%, he's playing. There's no injury designation.
oh, okay, all right.
This motherfucker is playing. Okay, he is playing. All right, but he is gonna struggle. He's streaming Marcus Mariota as his quarterback. I don't know why, but you know, Patrick Mahomes on a bye, so. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna go. If you're going Rich, I'm gonna go Norm as as a sneaky pick. All right.
Mariota. I guess because the Panthers D, which just shut down the Bucks. Like I don't know why he's starting Marcus Mariota either. Like Norm, look at the waiver wire. I'm rooting for Rich, but like Norm, look at the waiver wire, bro. Yikes.
Hey, but last but not least, we got the
game of the week.
We got Devin in this corner and Chris in this corner. Ding, ding, ding. Who you got, bro?
Devin. I'm going Devin.
Devin. Wow.
And I really don't.
Wow.
Personally, I don't care.
Yeah, right.
Personally,
yeah, right.
I don't care. I think Chris's team is starting to take a little bit of a downward turn. Hurts will go off. Jefferson will go off. But what about the rest of his team? Like, what about... I mean, I know he's not starting Melvin Gordon this week. He can't be that crazy. But, like, it's just like he doesn't have... I don't think he has enough depth. And
Fournette?
Yeah, and Fournette has not been that good the last couple games.
Michael Pittman Jr.?
Jr. has Ellinger throwing him the ball.
Christian Kirk?
Who?
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't know. I still think Chris, by the way, is like the odds-on favorite to win. I just think his team's in a little bit of a transition phase. I really do think Isaiah Pacheco is probably a league winner, but clearly after the Niner game, he's going to break out like week 12, 13. It was a great pickup by Chris. But I just don't think he has enough steam to win this game. And Devin's team is hot. He's got Josh Allen, who's coming off a bye, versus Hurts, who's coming off a bye. So I guess it's a little bit of a wash. But Josh Jacobs is like the hottest back in the league, too. I just think Devin has a little bit more firepower at the current moment. And I think this is the test. This, every champion, as you and I know, hits a little bit of a wall at some point, and they have to push through. Or, in Chris's case, not rage quit from the group. And actually, this is the matchup of two people who have rage quit. So, I guess I'm just really hopeful the loser does not rage quit. We certainly will hear from the winner. And Chris, you're still my prediction to win it all. On the record, I still think Hurts Donut is going to take the whole thing this year. But I think Devin wins this week. Who do you like?
I out of the sake of argument, I am going to go against you. I am going to pick against you, McCoy, for reasons I don't know why. But what I can tell you is that expect a gigantic game from Justin Jefferson against that terrible Arizona defense. Christian Kirk is bouncing back. Leonard Fournette's going to run all over the fucking Ravens. And watch out for Jalen Hurts, bro. Pittsburgh is terrible. The Battle of PA. You of all people should know. Jalen Hurts, put on that Astro hat. Show him, bro. Show him and say, fuck Philly, fuck the Phillies, and I'm beating Devin's ass.
So first off, I live in New Jersey, not Pennsylvania, just to set the record straight. And second off, I'm starting Kirk Cousins, so I'd love to see that Jefferson goes off. I mean, I'm just speaking into existence for you, Chris, because I love you. 9 receptions, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns for Justin Jefferson. But it's just not going to be enough. I think Josh Jacobs is going to go off. I think Josh Allen's going to go off. Maybe Devin should change. I mean, he's got 2 guys named Josh, his 2 best players, and the commissioner's named Josh. Maybe Devin, potential name change. But no, I think this is.
I mean, he just changed his name to All in the Family, like All in the Family.
Oh, I got it.
Josh
got
Allen.
it. Okay.
It's kind of a boring name,
but we'll let him rock because he's been on a hot streak. I think this is there is going to be a little bit of the cream of the crop separated. I think these next 2 weeks. I think Chris, Devin, Rich,
Biddle,
and Biddle, like the top 4. Really create some separation. Even though I'm going against Biddle and I just picked myself to win, I still think those are the 4 best teams in the league. And then it's going to be the rest of us just like slugging it out at the bottom.
For the 5 and 6?
Yeah, for 5. Well, I mean, mainly to not get the pink shirt. I think like more than making the playoffs and losing the first round, it's like competing not to get the pink shirt. So
yes, 100%.
Yeah, because it's 100%. Wide open for that, like wide open.
Yes, this should be an excellent game of the week. We're really hoping to hear a lot of chatter from not only these 2 guys, but everybody else in the league that's going to be, hoping that we'll see the cream rise in different directions. But that wraps it up for the preview for week number 8. I want to say thank you to my guest on the East Coast. It's 10 o'clock his time. He's tired as fuck, but he made enough time to come and join me on the video. Connor McCoy, back-to-back champ. Thank you so much for joining us this week.
This was fun. And are we doing a side bet for who got most predictions right?
Yeah, of course, bro. I mean, you're already going to lose your $10 for the ETN. So, I mean, do you want to double down and do $20 on, whoever had the most picks right?
Okay. I meant just like a gentleman's bet, like, I don't know, a handshake or something.
Oh, okay. No money. Yeah. I'll shake your hand.
There you go.
I'll shake your hand. There you go, bro. Listen, thank you so much for tuning in. Fuck all you scumbags. We'll see you next week. Peace.